Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is another update on my Garmin Explorer 2. I had a couple more rides now and I started to notice some real big issues with this device. So first of all, this is a device that is specifically made for navigation. Of all the features and functionalities of all the different Garmin bike computers, this particular model key feature is the actual navigation. And I have to say, I'm pretty darn disappointed with the navigation in this thing. At times super frustrating. I loaded routes from Strava and Komoot. I have so many routes either from Komoot or Strava. When I start the route, the device asks me, hey, you want to go to the start point of the route? I say, yeah, sure, let's go. It sends me around the block near my house. Suddenly says, finish the route. That's it. Then I stop the route, try it again sends me around the block, stops the route again. I never can get on the route. So it's super frustrating. Other routes, they guide me to the start of the route and it works. So something is really funky with this device and the routes. It also from time to time calculates really weird routes through urban cities, like say near my house. Like I know the way, how it's more efficient, better to ride, but the bike computer sends me in a weird wiggly route, zigzag through the streets where the houses are. It's really weird. I have this device a couple of times now rebooting on myself. So it's busy with a route and suddenly it shuts down and it doesn't restart or anything. It just stays shut down. Then I had to start it up again. Sometimes when there is a reroute calculated because the road has some road works or whatever, and I just can't take that reroute. And I just keep driving a bit further or just drive a road parallel to it. So I keep an eye on, okay, I have to go that direction. I go parallel. Hopefully this thing picks up the reroute and sends me, with an extra half a mile or something around that roadblock. But then it just stops. And then it asks me to press the button here and says, would basically say, do you want to keep riding? Well, I'm riding. So it's like super frustrating because if you don't pay attention, the thing doesn't reroute any further. It doesn't calculate or record the route itself anymore. It just stops and asks me if I want to keep riding. It is so annoying. If I'm on a route that actually works, it's perfectly fine. It works pretty good, darn good. The routing and rerouting is pretty fine. But to get to the start point is a big frustration. The unintended shutdowns of the device is a big issue. That it stops recording and asks me to continue writing with this big blue button on the bottom. Not happy with it. So overall, I'm not entirely sure yet what I gonna do with this device. I want to keep riding it because I do see the potential of it, but I definitely cannot recommend it in its current state. The software is just way too buggy. Rerouting isn't that great on this device. Getting to the start point isn't that great because it somehow cannot always calculate it properly. It's just pretty frustrating to use it as it is. There are already 2 firmware updates for this device available, which are not easy to download. It doesn't prompt you that there's a firmware upgrade available for this device. It just keeps it on the original firmware, and that is kind of annoying too. It should ask me, hey, there's an update available that will fix some issues. Do you want to update it or not? Or just push out the update and then automatically update the device to the latest version without a choice when you connect to your phone before a ride or something like that. So far super sketchy on this device in terms of my overall experience so far. So if you're on the market and you want to buy the Garmin Explorer 2 and you're not in a hurry, I would say just hold off a couple of more months Hopefully Garmin can fix this, because in its current state, I cannot recommend this device at all. It's a massive letdown for something that's purely for navigation. It's supposed to only be like good at this and no training and all that additional features and stuff that you get with the 530, 830, etc., etc. I mean, it's pretty shit in my opinion. So anyway, hopefully this video helped you a little bit with your decision on your purchase. I would say be a bit cautious, because the reviews like the ones from DC Rainmaker, etc., are probably formal or informally sponsored by Garmin. In left or right, his review is super positive, and it's impossible you have none of these issues that I experienced, because if you look on the official Garmin forums, you see plenty of people with the same issue. So highly suspect, but nonetheless, I do think DC Rainmaker is fantastic, and he lives in the same country as I do, so I'm not gonna hate on him. I understand how that works for reviews and being able to keep doing reviews, but take it a bit with a grain of salt, honestly. Take care.